there, I'm Janet. Welcome to this lesson. We are going to tackle an essay from David Mulwa's Inheritance. Drawing your illustrations from David Mulwa's Inheritance, write an essay showing how bad leadership is dehumanizing. Citizens of any given country are entitled to a comfortable life provided by their chosen leaders. However, some leaders choose to be selfish, and this often leads to suffering and tribulations of the citizens. The people of Kutula suffer as a result of poor leadership by Lacuna Kasor and his cronies. Lacuna's corrupt nature puts the citizens in heavy debts, heavy taxes, and their lives deplorable. He borrows well over 120 billion from Robert and Goldstead, intended to develop and build his country. Lacuna and his henchmen, however, use the money for his own selfish gains. He spends 10 billion shillings meant to buy new machines and services the mines to buy an aircraft in order to fly over the citizens, since there is subjects not equals. He calls them petty people filled with gossip and hate, we are told. He also embezzles 30% of the balance of the 30 billion shillings loan and pockets it in his individual offshore accounts. When Robert and Goldstein come to ask for their loan repayment, he rebukes them and they freeze the money in his accounts on account of mismanagement of funds. Lacuna punishes the businesses in his country by taxing them 100%. He reduces the workers' wages, fires others, and intends to overwork the citizens so as to increase production. All this causes untold misery on the citizens of Kutula. This leaves the citizens desperate and leads to an insurrection, since the citizens are tired of mistreatment by the government of the day. Lacuna employs most of his tribesmen to state offices and they lead with impunity. Chipade is Lacuna's right-hand man. Tamima observes that Chipade bought all the fertile lands from them at very low prices to grow coffee. He went ahead to convince Lacuna to make sure that no one else could grow coffee, as he did not want any competition. This is quite unfair from a leader, as they should ensure equal treatment for all their citizens. Judah also says that the 4 men at the Kasor mines, Mithambo, is a Lacuna's tribesman, and that is for sure the merit by which he got the job. Commander Meshach is also a tribesman, and Lacuna uses him to terrorize and execute civilians who refuse to toe the line. Lacuna orders Meshach to replace the disloyal people and replace them with an educated clansman who will not question his decision and leadership. Tamima suffers since she has to work extra hours for no extra pay. She cannot afford to pay Lulu's fees. Qualified citizens are forced to undertake menial jobs like gatekeeping and machine operation jobs. This leads to frustration and disillusionment. Judah Zen Melo resorts to binge drinking. Lacuna uses nepotism to punish his people. Lacuna locks Lulu at the palace against her will. After the commemoration ritual, he insists that Lulu should accompany him to the palace. His intention is to marry her and lay with her so as to fulfill the ancestors' wishes and grant him successful leadership as advised by Malipoa. The event is postponed by 4 weeks, in which Lulu will be held captive at the palace against her wishes. This causes untold pain to Lulu, who is only 19-year-old schoolgirl. She cries a lot during the course of her detention. She is mortified when Lacuna shamelessly flirts with her. She perceives him as an elder, a father, and a leader. Lulu says that she is too young for him, and she still wants to go to school as she wants to be a doctor. Lulu insists that she wants to go home, but Lacuna denies her wishes for his selfish intentions. He even denies her the liberty to attend her father's second interment, a mandatory customary practice. This forced captivity ends up hurting not only Lulu but also her mother Tamima. Zenmelo as she is tormented and does not know the fate of her daughter. She considers that she is dead to her since she loathes Lacuna so much. Lastly, the citizens are jailed, impoverished, or killed for questioning or opposing Lacuna Caso's methods. Bengo, who is an activist against Lacuna's government, is jailed for a long time for being vocal. When he is released from jail, he still continues his fight and it is successful as Lacuna is overthrown. Judah Zenmelo, Bengo's brother, was Lacuna's right-hand man. He is tasked to assassinate Bengo, and when he refuses, he is beaten up and left for dead outside his house. All favors from Lacuna are withdrawn, and he has to go into exile so as to save his life and earn a living. Leaving his family to suffer from poverty, he is forced to work at Caso mines as a gatekeeper. He has to literally fawn upon Mithambo, Lacuna's relatives, in order to get a slightly better job. He also starts drinking heavily due to his worries about his family. Later, he is traced to the mines where he works, and Lacuna kills him when he refuses to give his blessing for Lulu's marriage. Lacuna blames his death on the faulty machines, but Robert reveals the truth that Judah was murdered. His death causes his wife Tamima pain since she was eagerly awaiting his return. Slotted for Saturday 2nd September, Bengo and Judah's family suffer as consequence of poor leadership from the government of the day. In conclusion, the citizens of Kutula get a disservice from their selfish and greedy leaders because of their disappointment and despair. They overthrow the government so as to get their reprieve from better leaders. Surely, bad leadership causes misery. Thank you so much for watching this essay, and I hope it helps you improve on your English. Kindly